Everyone will get going in a few moments. Hey, everyone. Coach Smith, do we have you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you and I can see you. Thank you very much. Good to see you again.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. All right, we'll start taking some questions. We will start with Rich Sarcella from the Reading Eagle. Oh, Rich.
That's all right.
There
I
we
got
go.
it. Okay. Good morning, Terry. How are you?
Good, Rich. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Terry, can you update us on the number of opt-outs out of the game that you have, and particularly, can you update us on the status of Katron Allen and Denai Dennis Sutton for the game?
Yeah, Denai and Katron will be dressing for the game, so they're available. The guys that are out, Alex Birchmeyer, Chaz Coleman, Zane Durant, Zariah Fisher, AJ Harris, Vega Leon, Kari Jackson, Daniel Jennings, Nick Singleton, Alex Tash, Elliott Washington, Zachy Wheatley, Nick Dawkins, Khalil Dinkins, Nolan Rucci, and Drew Shelton.
We'll take the next one from Neil Rudell from the Altoona Mirror.
Yes, thank you. Hey, Terry. Merry Christmas there.
Merry Christmas.
Can you clarify the status of Dion Barnes, and will he coach in this game?
Dion is coaching, yes, and he'll be a part of this team tomorrow. And we're just focused on this game, and he's going to help us win this game.
We'll go to Greg Pickell from Blue White Illustrated.
Morning, Coach. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Coach, with the number of offensive line starters you just mentioned is out, how do you feel that unit will perform on Saturday, and who are some of the guys you expect to step up?
Yeah, a lot of those guys, Cooper, TJ, Ruley, those guys have played significant snaps for us throughout the year. We expect the same results. It's the next man up, and with the experience that those guys provide, we don't expect a drop off at all.
We'll go to Tyler Donahue at Lions 24/7.
Thank you, Terry. Merry Christmas. Appreciate your time. Over at defensive end for this game, without Zariah and obviously Chaz moving on, who are we looking at that you expect maybe take a step forward in their involvement? I know Yvonne has played a bunch. Is there some of the younger guys that you think have really put together a solid month of bowl practice and are ready to contribute in a bigger way?
Yeah, Jalen Harvey and Yvonne, have to step up. Yvonne's played a lot of football for us here down the stretch. Looking forward to him continue to progress and continue to get better, and an opportunity for Jalen Harvey to step into the forefront of the team.
We'll take the next one from Daniel Gallen, also at Lions 24/7.
Merry Christmas, Terry. How are you today?
Very well, thanks.
You talk about that you're very well versed in that cornerback room. AJ and Elliott obviously played a lot of football for you this season. When you look at the guys behind them who are going to have the opportunity to step up, we've seen a lot of Darius. You know what Aldavian can do. Who are some of the other guys who have impressed you during these couple weeks of practices?
Yeah, Darius Dixon continues to impress us. He's going to play a lot of football for us, and Jamir Joseph will play a lot of snaps on Saturday as well. So, those are the two young guys that we're looking forward to stepping into a bigger role. Obviously, Kenny Woosley will continue to play behind Zion at the nickel position. So it's the next man up. And, we feel like we're going to be ready for tomorrow.
We'll take the next one from Christian Red.
Hello, Coach. Happy holidays. Thank you again for appearing. You mentioned a large group of players that have opted out, and right before you came on, Coach Sweeney was saying that your team has a tremendous amount of momentum coming into this game. So how disappointing is it that such a large group have opted out for this final game of the season for you?
Well, we're not disappointed. We have a tremendous opportunity to finish the season off the way the last 3 games have gone, and here's a moment and an opportunity for these guys to step forward, and it's the next man up. This is today's college football, and we're adapting and adjusting, and we have a game to play tomorrow, and that's all that matters, and a result will come from that, and we're going to play hard and get after it like we've done the past 4 or 5 weeks.
As a reminder, you can use the raise hand function at the bottom of your screen to get in the queue to ask a question. We will take the next one from Rich Sarcella.
Terry, you mentioned adapting and adjusting. How are you guys preparing for the weather tomorrow, and how are you adapting for it?
We practice every day outside in this weather. It's cold, and the guys are adjusting to it. We're all from the north, so, cold weather is not really a concern for us.
We'll go to Tyler Donahue with Lions 24/7.
Terry, and talking about your reinforcements on the offensive line, you mentioned Cooper, TJ, Dominic Ruley. All those guys have been on the interior. You mentioned 2 tackles being out for you. Who is maybe ready to step on the perimeter? We just haven't gotten a lot of long looks at some of these younger backup tackles to this point. Is there anyone in particular on right side, left side for this game?
No. Coach Troutwine is doing a great job with those guys, just preparing, moving some parts around. It's a juggle. Come game time, we'll figure out what the right people in there are. But for right now, the guys are practicing really hard. We're going to get after it. The run game is still going to be critical to our success. I won't pinpoint a number of touches for the backs, but we're going to have to run the football and establish that run game to have some success for tomorrow.
We'll go back to Greg Pickle from Blue White Illustrated.
Coach, you talked, I think it was last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, about the running back situation behind Nick and Katron. So which of those guys has stood out to you in bowl practices after those guys missed some time, each of them, throughout the course of the regular season?
Yeah, I think Cam Smith has done a really good job. And, Corey Smith. And, he's running the ball really well. He's really dynamic. He's a really change of pace back, real shifty. Explosive type runner. Quentin Martin's had a really good, bowl prep seasons for us. So, look forward to him getting some opportunities. And then Cam Wallace will also get some snaps. He's coming off a major injury from last season, but has done a great job this year. And just looking forward to those guys carrying the ball and trying to protect our quarterback and, just being efficient in what we do and taking advantage of their opportunities to be on the field.
The next one goes to Joe Smeltzer from Nittany Sports Now.
Hi, Terry. Thanks for taking the time. So, with Zaki having opted out, he played as many snaps as everybody on the defense. I think aside from Amari, where do you see the safeties room, and how are you expecting guys to step up in his absence?
Yeah, Dejon Lane has to step up. He's got to play a lot of football for us tomorrow. Vabu Torre, has to step into a bigger role. Possibly Lamont Payne has to step into a bigger role. And then obviously King Mack has to hold his role and play every snap from his position so that we just need to worry about the other safety position. So those guys, once again, it's next man up. We can't make excuses. We just have to produce results.
We do have Coach Smith a little bit longer. If there are other questions in queue, we'll go back to Greg Pical from Blue White Illustrated.
Coach, what's it been like working with Coach Matt Campbell and his staff during the course of this bowl prep? I know he said a few Mondays ago that he wanted to stay out of your guys' way, but what has it been like getting to interact with him and the people he's brought here so far?
Yeah, it's been great. He's made himself really accessible to the staff. The communication has been terrific. We're just trying to piece together and retain roster and bring in new roster players. But he's been very, very good. The guys that have come with him so far, they've been awesome as well. And we're just learning each other. And so, right now the building has been kind of split because they're trying to build a roster while we're still preparing for this game. But they've been awesome and amazing.
We'll go back to Tyler Donahue.
Terry, what would you tell us about Jordan Lucas, the job he's done the last couple of months in that cornerbacks room, and maybe his future in this coaching profession?
Yeah, I think Jordan has progressed much like I progressed as the interim head coach. The first couple weeks were kind of questionable, and then the next few weeks we got better, and he continues to get better. We're all just works in progress. And we don't reach the top ever until we can sit down and reflect on it. So we'll make adjustments. He'll make adjustments. He'll continue to get better. I think he's going to be a great cornerback or DB coach here in the near future. He'll be ready to take over his own room soon. But he's doing a great job. He's got a great story to tell. He's a great teacher, a great mentor, and he relates to those guys.
We'll go back to Joe Smeltzer.
Coach, Jalen Harvey was the guy you mentioned earlier as somebody having to step up on the defensive line. What have you seen from him this season, and what would you say the biggest improvement he's made from the beginning of fall camp until now?
Yeah, he's an athletic defensive end. He can really create havoc off the edge. The biggest thing of growth for him is just his attention to detail and being consistent. He's had a good month of bowl prep. Hopefully it translates tomorrow, and he'll be consistently good each play. And no highs or lows, but just consistent effort is the key.
Go back to Neil Rudell.
Terry, will Matt be on the sidelines? Is there any kind of plan for that?
Matt will be there, but I don't know if he's going to be on the sidelines or not. He wants to stay hidden away and allow us to run the game. So I would imagine he's going to do some media obligations, but not necessarily on the sideline with the team.
We'll go to Daniel Gallen.
Terry, when you look at this program right now, you've got coaches and players who have already, gone their own way. There's more coaches, more players who are going to go, their way, Sunday. What's like the message, leading up to this to, everyone that you have in that locker room, when you have the chance to talk to them? What are you kind of trying to impart on them right now?
Finish writing the script for the 25 season. 6 games ago, we set a vision to write the chapter the way we want to write it. And we still have that opportunity, and we want to write this final script to it.
Right now, there are no questions in queue. Is there anyone else who has a question? If so, please use the raise hand function at the bottom of your screen. We'll give it a little bit. Anyone? We'll go to Mark Wogenrich with Penn State on SI. Mark? Can't seem to connect. Coach Smith, our understanding is that you have a pretty hard out. You got to go get some stuff done. Thank you for joining us. We will see you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you so much.